Right, so Be the Formula episode 5. We've got wild goose visuals into film today. We're going to be going over a push session out at SHREDZ in Swadlincote. I mean, majority, well, some of the team's going to be there. You know what it's like. Oh, do you fancy coming along to a team training day? Yes, yes, and then they all drop off like flies. No, I don't want no ifs, buts, maybes. I want absolutes as it goes. Just out for a daily walk, a little bit of a break from the desk, the office, and then we'll go back. Pretty much 1 or 2 check-ins. Won't need to film that. You know, you've seen enough in previous videos. And then eat, head out to SHREDZ, introduce you to the team. The reason for these team sessions is I come from a personal training background. I did that for many years and I absolutely love the one-to-one. Now what I will touch on, and I have touched on in the past, is the reason I don't PT anymore is I found that my hours was limited to that one person for that hour, and then I'd leave that PT session and I'd be looking at messages from PT clients, online coaching clients, and I wasn't able to give any actual kind of service to those clients because I was too busy PTing all the time. So after a while the decision come, right, let's just build an online business, and that grew, and now I have just over 40 clients, and a lot of them, luckily for me, are local. So getting to meet them and see them in person a lot really helps me able to understand A, how they're getting on, B, do in-person check-ins, and C, making sure they're executing perfectly. Because yes, those video form analysis videos we can do are great, but there's only so much you can see over a video. So yeah, that will be today, and that's a little bit of a ramble on to why I pretty much turned everything into one-to-one coaching. Turned everything into online coaching. But we're gonna walk, try and actually get some steps in, and then we'll see you back at home. So we're going to quickly go over into workout supplementation, and we need to hurry up because I'm running late. Apologies team. So as the normal recommended amount, we're going to go 5 grams of creatine. There we go. Inside Supps, or also available at Supreme Supps, has sent me very kindly their Foresight Nutrition Recarb. Danny, who owns both Foresight and Insight, says I'll be pleasantly pleased with it, so we'll see. He also, there will be soon a Insight Supplements X Trained by Fox logbook. We're in the making now, we're discussing. So I need 30 gram of carbs from this, so we're looking at awesome 40 gram. Perfect. And then apparently this goes really well with the essential gains from Contour Sport, which I'll probably have to get, but for now, good old Clearway from My Protein. Don't ask me why I'm using Clearway. I seen it on the Physique Collective, and it seems cheaper than essential amino acids. No, really, what I mean is because of protein broth. So the team have asked me if I bring them a pre to try. So I'm not going to mix pre-workout now, but we're going to combine these bad boys. Conviction from Contour, Mega Pump. 2 different flavours, grape and mango sherbet. So it'll be a rainbow. Bang this in the bag. Get changed, head to SHREDZ, and we'll see you there. We made it to SHREDZ, me and Oreo across the canal all the way here. I'm in for push, and she introduced you. He's not a client, but I'm going to give him an introduction anyway. This is Connor and Chin. His Instagram is here somewhere. We've got Lewis in. His Instagram is there. Dan Davis here. Jai. We've got Jason. We've got Dean. And Abby. Abby's just arrived. So we've got a bit of a team together. SHREDZ Gym in Swansea let us kind of use their facility. Well, it's open to the public. But yeah, here's our session. Right, so in for push, movement number 1, a lying cuff lateral raise. We're going to take 2 sets here. Basically, I'm very chest dominant, so starting off with a lateral raise, I'm going to kind of pre-fatigue and maximise what I'm going to get out from a lateral raise. Then we're going to go into a dumbbell overhead press. We'll come back to that in a sec. Then we'll go into a prime, well, it'll be an incline press. We're going to use the prime today because we have access to. Following on from that will be a rest, pause, bodyweight dip. Well, it'll be a drop set, into a cuff decline fly to finish off the chest. And then we'll go into a tricep extension and a overhead tricep extension. And then we're going to go through some posing with a team. Colby here is going to kind of dot around through this session and get some footage of clients training. I will continue to introduce them and give a rundown as we do. But yeah, enjoy. We'll do a few feeder sets here, and we're not using these feeder sets as failure points, so I'll dominantly do like two reps per weight till I get to a weight where I think, right, this weight I'm going to work and I'm going to fail within my given rep range. So my first rep range here is going to be at 8 to 12. I'll always start with that on the lateral raise, then I'll drop to like a 6 to 8, and then I'll work back into a 12 plus. So 3 sets here total, because again, from a deltoid point, I'm fucking weak. Here is, we're not trying to lift up, so we're not going from here to here. We almost want to think what my kind of visual note in my head is imagine I'm stood up, the cuff is here, I'm scraping my fist across the floor, I'm scraping it into the corner of this room, I'm scraping it up the wall, into the corner of the ceiling. But I'm dominantly going to be trying to keep my elbow above my wrist, so I'm like this. And what I'll do is I'll also retract my scapula forward. Yeah, retract my scapula forward so it keeps on that delt. You'll hear a lot of people that say retraction, and I used to believe in that, and I'd be doing it. And then Callum Rainstrick from the Muscle Mentors kind of corrected me when he was the actual guy that programmed at me, and then I first ever got coached from him. So yeah, so shoulders forward, arms here, out. Toasted. Next up, Dumbo shoulder press. So you'll see a lot of time people shoulder press like here, upright, and there's no right or wrong way here. But for me, if you look at my kind of mobility, for me, I find it hard to keep in this position, and a lot of people will be built that way. And you're almost creating an instability. So if we've got load here, what dominantly is going to happen is that load is going to come down here. We're going to cause a little bit of issues with our rotator cuff. and you've got a bursa beyond this joint, and you'll see a lot of people doing this as they get older and they've timed up, and it's because realistically that tissue is, that tendon, sorry, is under a lot of stress. So I'll probably press from somewhere like that, or you'll probably on time catch me here. So here we're going to press from here. So this allows me, from a seated position, from the side now, I'm in line. So A, I'm going to hit my upper clavicle fibers, like upper chest, and I'm still going to hit that medial delt and that frontal delt. And I'll go here. I'm in a much better stable environment to be able to press across. Yes, hope that helps somebody. SHREDZ is expecting some new dumbbell. So like, you see here, we've probably got 30 here, 29 here. We'll go with it. Get Jai here to just give us a spot through this set. Very, very educated in a spot, so he'll know not to fucking make a bitch of me, and he'll let me work for it. Jai is, he's going to be, we kind of dieting for a bit of a potential photo shoot / here, but what we're going to do is basically get him down to a very good position to push him into an improvement phase where we plan to compete next year. I'll let Jai introduce himself first.
Hi, I'm Jai. I've been bodybuilding about 2 years, and next year will be my first time competing in bodybuilding. Originally I came from like an Olympic weightlifting background, so it's the first time I've ever done anything like this, ever dieted properly in my life.
Put your weights away. We have Dean here. I'm not going to make him do an intro, but we're currently 1 week out from what we're going to call Dean's warm-up show to next year's shows. We're going to just get on, get the experience, take what we can, take him into a off-season, improve on where we need to. As previously mentioned in other videos, Dean tore his bicep in April. Dean's been unable to practically train upper body throughout that entire time. I think it was around mid-July is when we started reintroducing upper body. He's about to take 5 plates for a ride on the incline. Let's do it. Torn bicep. What do you think to that? Are you doing that on purpose? You doing that on purpose?
This is what I did last week.
So he's Jai's got dumbbell shoulder press as well, right? Jai's in a bit of a deficit at the minute, and he's you saw that I've just pressed the 45. He's gone and picked the fucking 47s up. Yeah, like he needs to sort that confidence issue out. But I hope it does go fucking wrong. and make sure I don't fuck it up. See that? Well, I thought I was going to put them back then, but we're not all that skilled. Well done, man. Next movement, priming climb press. I think it actually is that SHREDZ is the only gym in the kind of Nottingham Midlands area to have this piece of kit. They've also got the prime leg extension and so on. I definitely head over to this gym and give it a go. They're always investing in new kit, and it's not just new kit that they can get shipped in from places. It's actually decent, so give a place a visit. Right, so this is Lewis. I've been coaching Lewis now from about June. Yeah. Lewis before this was very much bulk as hard as you can and diet as minimal as you could. Lewis has been, we've gone through a diet phase, we've got him absolutely shredded, and now we're going into a push phase where we're learning that Lewis can handle a shit ton of fucking food, and it's a mitigation between Lewis kind of going, shit, my weight's dropping, and whacking a load of biscuits, which is absolutely fine, but we just need to manage that. Lewis will be on stage next year in the men's classic category. I'm open for around June time, so look out in the new year for how we do kind of client stories and kind of catch up with their progress. So there'll be a series where it is dominantly the client process, and they'll go over each prep. I'm going to put Lewis through a pull down movement now, and then Jason here, we're going to push for a pendulum set. Enjoy.